What's up with it, guys? Hopefully you're having a great start of your day. And I've uh I've been in sort of a difficult transition period, I'll say. And that's what led to me to want to come on here and talk about something that we all deal with. Talk about doubts, talk about fears, talk about, hardships, talk about second guessing. Like, yeah, definitely should have used my other gun on that one. But I think it's especially in today's world, today's system, it's one of those things to where it's a lot more natural than I'm thinking people realize, and everybody has moments like that. Everybody is going to doubt themselves, doubt what even doubt what they know. Because even me, like I say, I've experienced unbelievable things. I've witnessed change. I've just witnessed a whole different perspective in my own walk, to the point to where I know what I know, and I still have doubts. I still have this little voice that's making me second guess, that's making me want to settle. And that's something that our Father does not want us to do. But most of us will settle at the end. Most of us are settling every day in life. I did not, yeah, a little too late by the time I seen that guy. Where's he at, though? Oh, there's one. Uh-huh. Where's the other? Come on, man. Really? Mm. But, so recently, as I stated before, I am in a state of change. I'm in a state of transition. I'm, moving from a 9 to 5 job into a career, Lord willing. And it's one of those, goodness gracious, man. It's one of those things to where, of course, I it's hard not to want to do what's easy, do what's quick, do what's kind of given to you in a sort of way instead of working for it. But that's a big thing I am beginning to realize, is that people don't want to work for nothing no more. And that's a very big issue. So for example, like I say, I'm not working right now, which is a big thing in today's monetary world. It's all about the money, all about the Benjamins. And yet, wow, that's crazy. How about I shoot him under? Dang. But like I say, I'm transitioning, so I'm at a sort of sense to where I'm doubting if I'm doing the right thing. I'm second guessing myself. I'm second guessing if I truly know what I truly know, because especially when you come to walk with the Father through Christ, it's one of those things to where you seem crazy. In a crazy world, though, it's okay in my opinion. Like I've been to realize that. How do people go that way then? Oh, no, see, that's definitely where that one guy was. Ooh, wee, look at there. But I'm, like I say, I'm stepping out into the unknown. I'm stepping out in faith, and I've now had, I think, 6 different job opportunities present itself to me. Like even yesterday was a very trying day for myself, just because of everything stacking onto each other. It wasn't one particular thing or the other, but it's just that final needle that's on the camel's back that breaks it. And, I'm sitting there and I'm second guessing, I'm kind of fighting with my spirit. And I have a man text me out of nowhere. Haven't talked to this guy since he basically sabotaged my mom, used her, abused her, take advantage of her. And then I messaged him, he cussed me out and blocked me before I could reply. He texted me, offered me a job for 25 an hour, coming from me who was working at 16 an hour. That's a very big jump. That's It would change my financial position from where I last was, but not in the way that I feel my father is going to. Damn, that voice crack is strong, ain't it? Trying to be quiet. I think that's the issue. I'm either really loud or really quiet. I always have that problem. But I, I got offered this job. Get offered multiple other jobs, but it's like it seems to me from my experience, whenever we go to make a change, whenever we go to do something different than the original pattern that we was on, yeah, I'll look who it is. But it's like whenever we come to change the pattern, we will be tested. We will be tried to see if what we say is the truth to what we really want. Like, look at this dude. Like, how is that fun just to lay on the ground? Oh wow, who is it? Where is he? Interesting. I don't see anybody. But like I say, it's like I've been getting tried over and over, and because of those trials, of course, doubts have naturally arose. But at the same time, there's also a calmness that has come with it because I know I wouldn't be getting tried unless something was about to happen, that something was about to shift into my reality. And again, it's one of those things to where each and every one of us are living, we all live in different worlds. We all have different experiences. We all have different viewpoints. Mm, we all have different perspectives. So because of that, our life experiences are different. Like we no none of us are living the same experience as the other. We are all in a state of separation in a sort of sense, but we're not. Like none of us are like we're all alone, but we're all connected at the same time. Like it's confusing to say the least, I suppose. But we all have to realize that yeah, we are connected. We are all one, and we are all united together in the source of creation. We're all a part of creation. But that's also like we're also separated because there's so much misunderstandings in between in the details. Like we're all missing. We're all missing certain. We're all. Let me see if I can find it. It's like even though we're all connected, we are all divided because there's sin or misunderstandings that are keeping us separated from those around us, from our Father above, from oh yeah, not like a good old hit marker. Oh, and then get shot with the reload. Got to love it. But there's misunderstandings that make us miss the mark that we're supposed to be hitting. That hinders us from reaching our full potential. And of course, with people, we can get used to the bad very easily in a sort of sense to where we don't see nothing wrong with it anymore just because I don't think I can hit that. Yeah, I think it's much. But just because we get used to it, ooh, shooter. But since we get used to it, we don't see that we need something different. We don't see that we're in this. Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen. But we're in this fallen state to where we're all divided. We're all misled. We're all like everybody's looking out for themselves instead of looking out for. Wow, look at that. Good exchange. Talking about timing. But we're all. I should have hit that. But due to our misunderstandings and due to our inability to communicate, our inability to be compassionate, to be able to humble ourselves, to there. Give me that. Thank you. And again, it's one of those things to where you're not going to be able to align with the greater purpose unless you commit to the inner transformation, commit to changing your mind, changing your perception, changing the way you think, following the blueprint that the Christ laid out for us. And of course, most people either blindly follow things that will fail them, or they will commit to something without trying it. And that's one thing that I've never been able to do just because I've always been a skeptic. Mm, I should have paid a little more attention, but I've always asked questions. I've always doubted. I've never just taken the easy answer. Most people do that. Most people will continue to do that just because, again, it's easy. People want what's easy. Ooh, look at there. Good exchange again. I must be hitting the nail on the head for those that be happening. But we're all in a sense misguided one way or another. We all have ways that we can learn, we can adjust, we can change, we can truly experience life and fulfill our purpose in the way that we are meant to, but nobody wants to make the necessary changes. Nobody wants to do what's a little harder and go within, change their own perception. Everybody rather point the finger, accuse somebody else instead of gaining knowledge for the sake of knowledge and applying it to ourselves to make ourselves better. But everybody thinks, especially in today's world, that's the biggest load that they try to tell everybody is that we're fine how we are, and it's like that's couldn't be further from the truth. We are all we're all missing the mark. We're all in need of guidance. We're all in need of transformation. We're all in need of a different. We need different perspectives in order to help us complete our own. And everybody, everybody's going to make excuses. Everybody's going to blame somebody else or damn, them guys aren't paying no attention. That's what happens when you camp, I guess. What you want, Goofy? Back up, man. Sit down, relax. You can sit beside man, get out my face. But everybody wants to point the finger. Everybody wants to say, oh, they're the problem. Oh, they're the issue. Oh, they're why I lose my peace, instead of realizing like, nah, your perception is stopping you from gaining the peace that you crave. Your viewpoint is hindering your growth. Because if anything that can take us out of our character, take us out of our peace of mind, it has power over us. And anything externally that has power over us will fail us. That's the thing. It comes to boyfriends, girlfriends, drugs, money, material things, buying, shopping, eating, drinking. I mean, anything that is of the external world that is outside of ourself will let us down. Now, of course, that doesn't mean to just drop everything and try to go to the extreme, because you will fail. You will fall short of that mark. It has to be baby steps. Hey, sit down somewhere. Sit. Lay down. Get comfortable. There you go. Good boy. But it's all about the baby steps. It's all about making the small changes, just becoming more aware of what you do and trying to trying to die daily. There you go. In order to, because of course we want to be still. We want to be able to be present and be aware and be able to take grasp of the moments. And that's a big thing with today's world. It's like even time itself is speeding up. Like I have a older analog wristwatch that I wear, and I've had to stop wearing it because on the daily the time gets off, and I've wondered as to why. And I've realized that one, we don't go by the moon anymore in our timeline, or by our days. Everybody is going off of our cell phones. So since the mass consciousness is using cell phones as the time parameters, it's altering time in a sort of sense, speeding us up. That's why I don't know. I don't know. I've definitely noticed it. I've talked to others who've noticed it, but if you're aware enough, you can see that time is sped up compared to how it was when we were younger. Everything is going by faster. Everything's more fast paced. That's why in today's world you pay more money for convenience, because you're trying to hold on to your time, because time is slipping away at a lot quicker rate in comparison to how it used to. And again, you can say what you want to. I mean, I personally don't care because I know what I know, and there's no disproving that at this point. Like, I'm always open for change. I'm open to adjust, but there's just certain things that you can't. There's certain lessons that you can't unlearn. And of course, like I say, I'm a skeptic, so I question everything a million and one times before I will claim it to be any type of truth or any type of reality. But like I say, like, because I've been able to change myself, I've been able to take grasp of those moments again. I've been able to be still and be present. But at the same time, most people, they can't do it. Most people's lives are flying past and they don't understand as to why. they don't realize on how much is actually changing in our world, because nobody lives in reality anymore. Nobody can live in reality no more, just because it's too difficult. It's too trying. It's too strenuous. It's too, like, whatever excuse you want to use. I mean, that's between you and your soul. But we're in a state to where people are, again, everybody's missing the mark. Everybody's falling short. Everybody's pissing in the wind, essentially. And because of that, we are all we're all failing to reach our potential. We are all failing to reconnect with the source of our strength. We're all failing to live a happy and fulfilled life. Because again, everybody rather make an excuse. Everybody rather point the finger than make change. Do something different. And again, if you're someone who thinks you're all right, you think you're fine how you are, then keep being fine how you are. I guarantee your life won't change. I guarantee nothing will live up to your expectations. Woo-wee, wind them up, watch them go, boy. I tell you what. But I mean, to me, it's sad to see, because I mean, I'm nothing special. I mean, we're all special because there's no one who is like us. We're all different. Unless maybe, I don't know. Maybe if you're an NPC, you're not. There's some NPCs in the lobby. And maybe they're just reminders to show us what happens if we don't change. What happens if we make the excuse, we stay the same. And that right there is it's unacceptable if you truly want to play the game how it's designed to play. We should be growing. We should be changing. We should be adjusting. We should be able to just take back our life in a sort of sense. Take back the power that was stripped from us. And it's continuing to be stripped from us, all because, again, we live in a world that validates crap behavior. We live in a world that tells us that we are perfectly fine how we are, which again is a lie. Man, dude, like, flipping campers, I'm telling you. I think I just realized now why that bothers me as much as it does. It's because when I was younger, I used to do it at times just to get easy kills, and now it's like I won't do it because I realize it's the easy way. Ah! But anyways, we're in a system that's designed to keep us from reaching our purpose. That's designed to keep us from becoming the best version of ourselves. And because of that, we now all think that we have the answer. Which again, I know you hear, yeah, it's hypocritical to think. Look at that, both 2 ranked players, and I'm above you. But everybody claims to have the answer, and not like I say, I what I talk about, I know has been the answers for my walk. So in my conscience, it is clear because I know that I'm not lying. I know that I'm not trying to be deceitful or manipulative or anything of the sort. But I am very aware that there are other perceptions that can help me figure out more, that can help me connect more dots, that can help me become my best self. And that's why I'm trying to share the realizations that I've come to in my own walk, so that way maybe it can spark something for you in order to wake you up so you can help me out in the long run. So again, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping people will realize something from what I say. I'm hoping people will start to wake up and start to have that spirit of blindness lifted off of their eyes, be able to come out of the veil and to be able to wake up to the truth. And like I say, I don't know personally. I know for me, following the blueprint that was Jesus Christ, believing on the resurrection, believing and having faith in it has been that was a turning point for me. But even me now, I now have, most Christians, which I wouldn't identify as, but I mean, if I had to, I'm not even going to ask your mind. But most Christians, they stop at the beginning. They just worship the man Jesus, not realizing that he came to tell us and show us what we could become. And that's why they killed him, because he was waking people up. He was teaching people. He was pushing people towards the light, towards source, towards the Father in heaven. And that's who we need to be. That's who we should be dedicating ourselves towards. That's our source. That's our strength. That's where we came from. Ooh-wee. And again, it's looking at, see, like, how is that fun? I wish I could shoot him through that damn wall. Good job, everybody. Line up in hardcore. That's a smart idea. Hey, what, boy, a bunch of geniuses, huh? Oh, great time to reload. Good job. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's what I was supposed to kill. But again, I can't force you to change. I can't force you to accept what I say. But I can tell you it's true. I can tell you I'm not lying. I have no reason to lie to you. It's for me. I mean, I found my peace of mind. Even though I do have my hardships and I have some bad days, I have some good days like everybody. That's natural. You're going to have doubts, you're going to have worries, you're going to have fears. But it's like, for me, the more that I committed to following Christ's path and committed to worshiping the Father, it's like, even though I doubt and even though I worry, I have never been let down. I have never been led astray. I have never missed that mark that has been set before me, which is something that I know most people can't say. Most people are hurting. Most people are struggling. Most people are broken. Most people are in a state of, they're in a fallen state. Come on, give me somebody. Anybody. Winner! But we have to connect back to our source of strength. We have to find answers. And again, in today's system, where you're okay how you are. It's fine. It's their fault. Man, dang never. Trying to get that one guy. Thank you. But it's just, And like I say, don't believe me because I'm saying it. Try it, test it, because that's who I am. I am I'm a skeptic. Like like the world's never like I can't even describe it. Just because I question everything at all times. Even after I know something, I test it over and over and over and over and over again until I'm damn near drive myself mad. But at the same time, because I have that design in who I am, I've been able to discover certain truths and discover certain things that many people couldn't even grasp. Many people can't even think to begin as possible because their mind is closed. They're they think they got the answer. They know they got the answer, so they're not going to look for more answers. And like again, for me, I know I have answers. Do I have all of them? No. Who does? But I damn sure know I got some of them. And because of that, I I can confidently speak with authority. I can tell my story, tell my side of my truth, tell my side of truth, and I can help push the consciousness of this reality just a little forward. But because if we don't, it's gonna keep getting worse. Like you let all the I'm not gonna say that because that could be misunderstood. If you allow the ignorant masses to dictate the pace, we're all going to fall short. Because again, like so, a big thing with me is the speed limit. I don't drive the speed limit. I can't drive the speed limit. It eats me alive to go that slow. But I realized it's all because of the fact that look at there, 2 games in a row. But it's all because of the fact that oh, oh, I got 4 bodies in that. I did not know that. But it's all because of the fact that they set the bar to the slowest and the least able in our world instead of the best. Instead of raising the bar and making people show up and become different and step up, they in today's society they'd rather make people comfortable. And to me, it's like that doesn't even make any remote sense. Like we should be bettering ourselves. Like, even me as a kid, even before I changed and before I committed to my walk with Christ, it was like I had to have friends around me who made me better, who pushed me to better myself, who pushed me to, be stronger in the gym, be faster or a better shooter on the basketball court, be smarter in, well, not really. Not smarter in the sense of academically, but in the sense of like, we'd roast each other or we'd be saying jokes to each other. 'Cause, of course, that's how guys bond because I think guys just have a crap existence. But it's for a reason. We have to be strong and we have to be built different. But we, yeah, we roast each other, make jokes about each other. And I was always one of the guys I was with the class clowns. I was with that group of guys who was always joking, was always throwing stuff, there was always trying to be funny. They were different to say the least. And still I would be an outlier to the majority just because I wasn't gonna let nobody best me, especially in things that I'm good at. No, there's no way. Like even with me playing games, not as much this game, but like Dragon Ball Fighter Z is a big one, or UFC 4, and these are more fighting games where I play with my friends. But we, you know, each and every one of us would improve in it, and then the others would have to step up and show up, or they would get left behind. And like that right there, I think is the best way that we should be playing this game. Because like, why are we settling on our potential? Why are we settling on life? And that's the thing is that we don't have to settle. It's just that's become the norm, so everybody thinks they have to. But again, to me, I think that's ludicrous at this point. Like I think that's going to fail. That idea, that belief, or that practice. There you go. That's the word. That practice of validating people and making everybody else worse because of it. It don't make no sense. In even the slightest bit. But we've done become it's like all I mean, we're all robots in a sort of sense too, where we're not having a human experience no more. We're just going through the motions. We're just, again, we're settling on our lives. We're missing the point. We're missing the whole, like I've said before, like I'm going to continue to say, this is all just a game. This is all, this is all meant to make each and every one of us grow, to make each and every one of us return back to who we were meant to be, to come back to our source of strength, our source of power, to come back to who we were designed and intended to be. And of course, not everybody's going to agree, but try the fruit that's on their tree. Try their actions, try to see if they can back up what they say. Most, the 99% cannot and will not. It will let you down every single time. And that's been, I mean, I don't, oh, no, good thing I missed. But I don't know for y'all or for you. I'll probably say you because there's only going to be you listening. But I don't know about for you, but for me, people have let me down continuously and they continue to do so. Not because they exactly want to. I mean, some people want to. Some people are very selfish, and that's the ones you gotta watch out for. They're the ones who are gonna look out for number one before they look out for anyone else. And of course, now I'm not saying to not look out for yourself because we have to show up for ourselves in order to show up for others. But there's just a certain amount of selfishness that we can't allow in our lives. The ones that like aren't filling our cups, they're not showing up for us how the way we show up for them. And most people are like that. Most people will continue to be like that because again, that's the system. That's what they keep telling us. They tell us we're fine, they tell us everything's okay, they tell us we don't need to change, that they're the problem, and that's malarkey. That's rubbish. That's garbage. That's ignorance. That is that's just that is a failing mindset. That is something that is going to continue to we're going to continue to shoot ourselves in the foot if we keep following that path, that that belief system. Oh, but of course, nobody can make you change. Nobody can make you be different, do different, see difference. Like, that's not how it works. Everything with our soul is a personal walk. Everything with who we are deep down, the parts of us that matter, the parts of us that, so whenever you heartbreak is a good one or a good example. Whenever you get heartbroken, that's you that hurts. You get cut, man, it ain't nothing to you. You can keep on keeping on. But you get your heart broke, man. You can't fake your way through stuff like that. Like that's the stuff that ooh wee. Boy, I tell you what. Woo-hoo. Look at that. See, I'm not even paying attention to the game. And I'm doing good. Make it make sense. Somebody please make it make sense. But we we're all we're all just playing the game wrong. We all think that everybody else is the problem and that we should be babied and we should be. How did he know he was there? Maybe he had a UAV on. But or well, we heard him. But everybody thinks that we should be babied, we should be validated, we should be justified, and it's like, no. If you're not walking the path of righteousness, if you're not just with your actions, if you're not consistent with how you treat people, like no matter what, like even I was reading the Gospels this morning, and even Jesus said, like, that is our biggest commandment is to, well, let me see if I can find it because I just wrote it down. Yeah, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, all thy soul, and all thy mind. And then after that is to love thy neighbor as you love yourself. And it's because you realize that you loving others like that, you are in a sense loving yourself. Because, there's something that I knew at, that's not funny, but there's something that I learned at a young age is that you treat others how you want to be treated. And that right there will help you very quickly weed out the imposters that aren't meant to align with your world, the people who are using you, the people who are leading you astray, the people that are taking from you but not giving nothing back. And again, do not get me wrong. The human experience, that's all we do is use each other in a sort of sense. With your friends, you might use them for laughter, you might use them for, some people use them for money, some people use them for attention. Like, the human game is that, yeah, we're going to use one another, but it's about those who whose cup you pour into, they pour back into yours. They fill where you lack in a sort of sense. They help you step up, they help you show up, they help you evolve into the purpose and into the spirit that you was always meant to be. And again, it's one of those situations to where most people are they're going to use an excuse. They're going to they're going to say like, "Oh, it's not my fault. My parents did it. My parents messed me up. My friends made me do it. Ooh, I seen the guy on the left and remember not to see the guy in front of me. Got on that time. Oh, someone's shooting at me. But, we're all flawed. That's why the Christ was necessary. Is because we all missed the mark and we continuously do so to the point that we're misguiding others. We are pushing people off of their path instead of helping them find it. And that right there is not beneficial to the whole. Like that, like it really, like the more I think on it, it blows my mind that we live in a society that does that, where it validates crap behavior and babies them instead of pushing them to be better. to show up, to show out, to step up or get out. Ah, Kobe. Well, that would have been the bee's knees. Where are you? Oh, I see you. Oh, he done got, I think. Yeah, he did. But it blows my mind that we live in a world that would rather validate each other and justify our crap behavior than to tell people that we need to be different. We need to do something different. True love is holding people accountable for their actions. True love in itself is an action. Most people think it's just a word or it's these emotions, and that's malarkey. That's rubbish. But true love, it makes you show up because we need to be able to show up for each other because nobody's having an easy go at this life thing. Nobody is walking on sunshine and rainbows every day. Even me, knowing what I know, experiencing the unbelievable things that I've experienced, I still have my doubts. I still struggle with fears in some areas. Now, in other areas, I've been able to kill most of it, which is great. And, like I say, it's a process. We're here to have a human experience. We're here to learn. We're here to experience the dual nature of reality, to be able to experience light and dark so that way we can make a choice. And again, we've already made the choice. You're here to understand it. You're here to actually experience it, actually learn why you did make the choice. 'Cause everything's already settled in heaven. Everything is already the story has already been wrote, but we have to come here in order to learn why. Why did we do it? Why did we make that decision? Why did we make that change? Why did we choose to serve dark instead of light? Why do people choose to, and I'm not saying we, because I definitely do not do that, but you know what I'm saying. But why do people decide to serve themselves rather than serve the greater good? And again, it's because selfishness is at an all-time high. And selfishness is simply just self-worship. That's all people are doing. People are worshiping themselves instead of worshiping the greater good or pushing towards the greater good. And that right there is no bueno. Very it's very detrimental to us as a people, us as a species, us as a group. We are falling more and more from the mark because again, we'd rather pat each other on the back and say it's okay instead of smack each other in the face and tell them that they need to change something. And again, like for me, I don't want friends around who's gonna pat me on my back and baby me. Like, nah, man, we gotta grow. We gotta change because we have to be able to live with ourselves. We have to be able to do more than just survive. We need to live. We need to experience the beauty that is this life. But most everybody they're not getting that. They're not getting tough love no more. Everybody's getting this false. Oh, oh, oh. Where are you? Where is he? Where is he? Ah, I can't see. Ah, there you are. See that bob and weave always works. Oh, I should use my other gun for that. I need headshots more with that one. But again, and that's why I do what I do. That is why I move how I move. That is why I help those who's never had help. That's why I guide those who never have, who's had guides. I'm in a way. Now, of course, I know I'm not, because I know there's only one father, but I am like a father to those who haven't had it. I'm trying to teach people because that's all a true father is. It's just a teacher. We're here to teach each other, or, they're here to guide, teach, to help. How did I do that again? Not too bad, but we're here to, again, we all should be teachers. We should all always be in a student-teacher relationship. But again, most people are not like that. Most people will never be like that. Most people will baby each other, and they'll try to kiss the boo-boo instead of telling them how to heal themselves. And I can't be that way. I can't I can't sit by and just watch people wither away and die. That's something that I try to explain to people all the time. Like, I am a man filled with sorrow, but it's not for myself. Where's that dog at? Did they let him out? They must have. Okay, yeah, he must have. No, he's right there. Damn, you blend in well. But I did I get sidetracked. That's how it works too. Anytime you're ever going to learn something, it's like something's there to sidetrack you in the world. Throws off your attention. So if you're not able to focus, you'll lose it. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm trying to teach. But also I'm trying to learn. I am hoping that you can comment, you can message me, you can reach out to me, and help me see from different points of view. Help me figure out if there are other ways to change. Because for me, from what I've seen, Jesus Christ is the only way. That relationship with the Christ, to be able to get adopted back into the kingdom with the Father, to be able to reconnect to the source. That's the only way I've seen people be able to change. That's the only way I've been able to change. But on that note, I'm not going to say that's the only way, just because I don't know. Like, I've seen others who have, like, Muslims, Buddhists, why are they so Mormons, cat Catholics, Roman Catholic. That's a very evil religion. I think that shit is no bueno. That's just the Roman system and the Vatican. It's controlling everybody. That's what's controlling the system we live in now. We're still in the Roman system. It's just the fact that they rebranded it. Same way as like Dunkin' Donuts is now Dunkin'. They just put a different name on it, and now it's like, oh, okay, yeah, we're not following the same thing. Like, no, yeah, you are. You're just ignorant. Anywho, come on, man. But how? But it's one of those things that I am hoping for the overall. I want the overall good. I want what's best overall for our reality, our world, our whatever, however you want to say it. I want what's best for the the masses. I want what's best for the broken, the hurt. Which I know obviously it's the same difference, but I want to, in theory, now again, it's only it's more a matter of you doing the difference, you being the difference, you applying the difference instead of just listening to what me, a random individual on the internet, says. How is that? How can you not shoot through that wall? No, in real life, I sure as hell could have. The thing about knowing construction is that you know stuff. You know a thing or two. You've seen a thing or two. But I'm hoping that in time, people will start to see that I'm here for your best interest. I'm here to allow you to reach your full potential. 'Cause most people will never reach that full potential. I believe that, yeah, like I say, it's like a video game. I think that there are 7 levels of consciousness that we have to go through. And I think that 99% will die on level 1. Oh, I am so sorry. But most people's going to stay and die on level 1. Most people are going to make excuses. Most people will never change. Most people will never grow. Most people will never evolve spiritually into the into the I mean, I don't like saying this because it's just like it gets a really bad rep. But essentially, most people will never grow into the low. I'm not creator, but the God that you were meant to be. You won't, because again, we are made in the Father's image. So by that alone, you should realize that. I mean, if you're made in His image, then yeah, you're going to be a creator. You're going to be, in a sense, a God. But at the same time, we are not the Father. We're not of the same. We're not of the same purity that He has. But since we are made in His image, all we have to do is reconnect to Him, reconnect to our source through Christ, so that way we can truly step into our greatest self, step into that and that potential of that everybody has missing. And again, you can say what you want to, but you look around, you look at people, nobody's truly happy. Nobody really knows what they're doing. Nobody has the answer. But everybody will quickly claim to know something. They'll say they got some truth, but boy, oh boy, you put that truth to the test, they'll fall apart. They don't have peace. If you don't have peace in your life, then I'm not gonna listen to you. Why would I? Because peace should be our top priority, but nobody has it anymore. Everybody's too busy justifying their crap actions instead of holding themselves and others accountable. Because again, if someone truly loves you, they're going to hold you accountable. They're going to want to see you change. They're going to want to see you get better. They're going to want to see you become your best version of who you can be. But in today's world, that's not what it is. People want to they want what's easy. They want to be baby rather than push towards their potential. Push towards, again, who we was always meant to be. But then again, we're just in a different world. That's why I'm trying to be the difference so that way maybe even if it's just one of you come to Christ, experience it and change and actually find peace. Because if you don't have a peace of mind and you don't have a sound heart, then what's the point? Okay, cool. Let's go shit end right in time. But again, it's one of those things too where it has to be you. I can't do it for you. I can't change your soul for you. But it's about to run out of time, so thank you for your time. Like, subscribe, share the message. We need to wake up. We need to do something different, or it's gonna get very worse very fast, which I think it's going to anyways, but it can be worse. It can always be worse, but it can always be better too. You just gotta change. But